How can the arts contribute to a culture of liberty? That is the question we will explore today. Welcome back to Liberty's Hill, where we explore how can we create a world of human flourishing with liberty, justice, dignity, and prosperity. I am Dr. Bill Brannan, a pastor in Liberty Hill, Texas. I suggest that developing people who have the values and character necessary for the self-government, liberty, and human flourishing requires is one of the central tasks of creating a better world. I believe the arts are one of the most powerful tools to accomplish this task. As a Christian, I think about the stories and narrative in Scripture, how they enculturate ideas and values depicting what it means to be virtuous, to be a hero, or sometimes how bad we mess things up when we make choices that are contrary to human flourishing. I think about how the novel was used to enculturate ideas and values in Western civilization, or how Christian missionaries in India used the novel to stir people's moral imagination against the practice of widow burning. Stories help us define and love what is good, true, and beautiful. C.S. Lewis referred to the gospel as the true myth. Myth was not seen primarily as an untrue story, but as stories that shape our culture and values. At the heart of the true myth is the story of the death and resurrection of Jesus. J.R.R. Tolkien used this as the antitype of what he calls eucatastrophe, where good triumphs over evil against impossible odds in a surprising way. Two stories that immediately come to my mind come from Stranger Things Season 4 and 300. In Stranger Things Season 4, we have an arch-villain named Vecna. The first episodes present him in a way that is totally demoralizing. He appears to be so overpowered that it feels like there is no way to defeat him. We watch as one of the heroines, Max, is targeted by Vecna. It seems like there is no way to save her. Then, as she is about to die, her friends discover music is able to break Vecna's influence to a level that gives her a fighting chance. But she still needs to fight to live. As Max escapes Vecna's grip, I experience the beauty of a eucatastrophe. My heart rejoices, declaring, "You're going down. This is the beginning of the end. Tyrants will fall." The message cries out, no matter how bad things are, no matter how impossible things seem to be, do not give up fighting. There is hope. I had the same experience of eucatastrophe with the movie 300. I admit, in my opinion, it is a film that needs fast-forwarding at parts, but the hope for liberty to triumph in the face of tyranny is epic. Here are some examples. Xerxes says to King Leonidas, "There will be no glory in your sacrifice. I will erase even the memory of Sparta from the histories. Every piece of Greek parchment shall be burned. Every Greek historian and every scribe shall have their eyes pulled out and their tongues cut from their mouths." Why? Uttering the very name of Sparta or Leonidas will be punishable by death. The world will never know you existed at all. King Leonidas responds, "The world will know that free men stood against a tyrant, that few stood against many, and before this battle was over, even a god-king can bleed." How did this end? Here is Dilios' speech toward the end of the movie. "Remember us. As simple an order as a king can give. Remember why we died. For he did not wish tribute or song, nor monuments, nor poems of war and valor. His wish was simple. Remember us, he said to me. That was his hope. Should any free soul come across that place, in all the countless centuries yet to be, may all of our voices whisper to you from the ageless stones. Go tell the Spartans, passer-by, that here by Spartan law we lie. And so my king died, and my brothers died barely a year ago. Long I pondered my king's cryptic talk of victory. Time has proven him wise, for from free Greek to free Greek, word was spread that bold Leonidas and his 300, so far from home, lay down their lives, not just for Sparta, but for all Greece, and the promise this country holds. Now here on this rugged patch of earth called Plataea, Xerxes' hordes face obliteration. The reason I chose to start with these examples of the power of the arts contributing to liberty is because of the virtue of hope they inspire in us. The key in both of these stories is that those who were good refused to give up fighting. To give up fighting for liberty and human flourishing is to let tyranny win. Those stories take that idea and breathe life into it in our souls to never give up. I suggest that the more we develop an understanding of what is good, true, and beautiful, of what creates a world of liberty and human flourishing, the arts can enculturate those ideas in a way no other vehicle can. The arts have a power to establish those ideas in the moral imagination of society. The challenge we face is that tyrants come as angels of light. They use deceptive tactics to manipulate society. They make ideas and values that lead to tyranny appear to be noble and virtuous. That is why we need to develop wisdom and understanding. A simple way to understand wisdom is to see what will be grown by a seed that is sown, to see in advance where a road leads us. The more we can envision the destination, the easier it is to discern where a road will lead us. That is one of the goals of these videos. I do not believe that we will agree on everything, but we can work together where we have agreement. For argument's sake, even if we did agree on everything, my conviction is that, as we walk the road of liberty together, future generations will have a greater and better developed understanding. We just need to set the trajectory right. The Declaration of Independence is a perfect example of this. The idea that all are created equal with the God-given right to liberty necessitates the abolition of slavery, even if it wasn't clear to those who agreed on that idea in the beginning. That is where the road will lead. We need to have good conversations about things that matter. For example, I hope that we all agree that human trafficking and the drug crisis in America are contrary to liberty and human flourishing. Traditionally, our conversation and efforts have focused on supply side rather than demand. I have to ask if we can ever stop the supply as long as there's demand. How do we enculturate the values and virtue that decreases the demand? I saw this in my city when the school wanted to hire a school resource officer. Parents will spare no expense to protect their children, and I agree with that. Yet we need to recognize that most of the shootings are not from outsiders but from insiders. Maybe we should ask, how can we develop values and virtues in our children that will protect them? If we are honest, we have many challenges to overcome in order to create a world of liberty and human flourishing, but we will not even try unless we believe that we can succeed. The arts can help us define the fight and galvanize in us the will to fight for liberty. We must not lose hope, and we must never give up. It is encouraging to know that we have powerful tools to help us create a world of liberty. Plato taught that the quickest way to destroy a society is through their music, and I say that it can also help us create a better world. Aristotle taught that when the modes of music change, the laws of state change. The point is that the arts have incredible power if we will put them to use in the cause of liberty. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please subscribe to my channel.